So the girl sitting next to you, what was her name? She was kind of funny.
Mallory Bryant.
Okay.
Yeah. Mallory Bryant, she's funny.
The redheaded kid was funny too. The way he just deprecated himself.
They're pretty good, man. Everybody who comes out consistently is... There's nobody that's like, no, why does he still come out? You know?
Mike was talking about before you walked out how, there's hot women that drive and they're comics.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just getting in.
What I was saying was, God, I'm going to butcher this, but I was like, there's a lot
Introduce this. What's the name of it?
Okay, this is the extras of the Jimmy Peoples podcast.
Is that what this is? Is mine? Is not yours?
Podcast.
Isn't that your spinoff?
Podcast and tax.
Podcast.
Depending on how
People's
controversial
podcast
comments
and
are,
With the white,
we will not be posting this if it's really bad.
No,
with,
we're gonna post
with the
it
white,
regardless.
black guy, and the Filipino guy.
This is Michael Lee. This is
For the record, guys.
Adam Morris.
Michael Lee, Jimmy Peoples, the great Jimmy Peoples, Adam Morris.
Yeah.
And we're on our way to stand up New York.
Yes.
And for the record, I'm not Filipino. I'm Korean.
I love saying you're Filipino.
I get Filipino all the
you're the
time
most
at work. I
Filipino
don't need
Korean.
to get it at open mics.
Is it you North Korea or South Korea? I'm always curious.
Okay, here we go.
Because
That's part of the
Filipinos
joke.
are mostly nurses, right?
North would be a long swim, buddy. I know I look like I eat plastic fruit. Come on, man.
That's the one thing Trump is going to do if we go to war.
gonna deport me,
He's going to make it easier for us to ask North Korea or South Korea. It's going to be one Korea.
I think so. Yeah,
Of
that's
course.
true.
You get rid of North Korea, they're just going to say, yeah, you're Korean.
I would love to hear you guys' feelings on this. Like, there's a lot of stuff on Twitter right now complaining about Russia and how they tampered. It's like, look, it's done and over with. If this crazy president starts a war, I know I want Russia on our side.
Why?
Because they're a world power and that guy don't play. Like, Putin doesn't play. Like, if we're going to get in a war, I hope Russia has our back. I don't want them trying to freaking bomb us too.
I can see that. I mean, you wouldn't want North Korea because they mess up so many missile launches, right? They don't even know how to get that shit straight.
I find that guy comical because it's like, Trump.
Jong-un?
Yeah. Trump just makes.
Kind of look like him. You kind of like, you'd make a great dictator. Like,
Because I'm short.
they're all 5'5", angry. Yeah, traps.
Great. This is what we talk about, man. Just shit on each other all day, man. First he said I was
And you make
Filipino,
beats?
now he's like, you know what? Now you're Korean, but you're a North Korean dictator.
What dictator makes his own beats? That would be so cool.
Oh God. Listen and like it. I demand to.
And I guess since Trump's a big talking point, I just get why people can't get he's going to keep doing retarded shit. He's going to say retarded shit. He's
an entertainer.
Yeah.
So, he is WWE-ing this whole presidency.
Without a doubt.
He's just playing this because right now he's the bad villain in every wrestling match. I feel like the one thing that something's gonna happen, and then we're gonna be like, oh, let him lose his hair, and he goes bald. Then he's gonna look like a hero. Then he's going, bald Trump. Did you see the picture of bald Trump? I was like, I can get, but that's Lex Luthor. When he loses his hair in the next 4 years, we'll get by him.
Yo, I
Mark
just
my
loved
words.
how in the campaign he just slammed every Republican in his way.
Yes,
Bam,
he did.
bam,
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Took him down.
Nobody, because
Twitter to take him down.
nobody else was on WWE. That's why if The Rock runs, he would give him a hard time. The Rock is the only other person that knows that.
And he's talking about running for president now. Did you
Even
hear
though
that?
he's Republican, but
I
I would rather The Rock over
Of course.
this fucking.
His motivational speeches are going to sound much better than Trump's.
Oh, I don't care what he may not know what he's talking about, but if you hear The Rock give a speech, I'm like, hey, whatever, cut, yeah.
He wouldn't even need to campaign.
His
People
tag
just love
phrases.
him.
Yeah,
So he
that's
would just
it.
Win. He would be a landslide.
I don't know. I'm thinking like we had a
President that deadlifts, yes.
Exactly.
but we had a black president, and now we have a white racist president who's in his 70s, who was an entertainer. I'm thinking we might be ready for a woman, unless The Rock runs. Like if The Rock runs, I don't know what woman's gonna.
I mean, we've been ready for a woman, but she's she can't just win because she's a woman.
Can't just
you
stop
know?
in the middle of the road, buddy.
No, and I think Bill
gotta
fucked up
be-
Hillary.
She's got to be Michelle Obama. That's who she's got to be.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I could see Michelle
And,
Obama running.
yeah, I hope
really
they're
could.
grooming her right now
Yeah.
for that. But
We need another Obama
she said
in
no.
office.
We need one.
That'd be cool.
We need one. Or because the kids ain't gonna be ready for another 20 years, 30 years. Sasha and Malia, President Sasha, President Malia. Yeah, I think that.
With all this internet, I'm waiting for the next Manchurian Candidate. Like, they've made 2 movies about that, where somebody has been groomed since they were like...
That was Obama.
Yeah, that was definitely Obama.
Obama was definitely Manchurian
Manchurian
candidate.
candidate?
Yeah, hell yeah. Where the fuck did he come from? Really? Nah. You can't tell. No.
I think Manchurian candidates are all.
It's too perfect. It's too perfect.
Yeah, and even if he did
They
some
don't make
Yep.
they don't make black guys like that. Nah.
And even,
I mean, I'll say it. I don't give a shit.
nah, and even if he did some fucked up
You
shit...
know somebody as cool as Obama? They just no. Fuck out of here.
Wow.
Tell me they didn't splice his DNA.
Yeah.
He was years in the making.
That's the thing, though. Even if he did something screwed up, America could never let that come out because he was the first black president. Like, you can't have that stain.
Because they were saying that Michelle was actually a guy. On Infowars. Infowars has so much information on Michelle.
She took so much shit.
Michelle's really Michael, and they got like video of him saying Michael by accident, and it's crazy. But even if Michelle was a tranny, I would still vote for her.
She's a hot tranny. I'd give it to her.
Huh?
You said the T word.
Transvestite? Yeah, that's the thing to say. It's out there. There's a lot of shit out there. They said that's why they killed Joan Rivers, because she was saying it.
I met her and Billy Idol at a party one night. We were having when I was the executive sous chef at 235th Avenue.
That was the one comic I would like to meet, Joan Rivers.
Oh my God, she was so nice.
Yeah.
They were doing a sex party, and she's just out there with her loud voice.
Party.
Yeah, it was like a sex toy party.
Really?
Like, you had all these weird celebrities that were there. Those are the 2 that stick in my mind because they actually came back in the kitchen and talked to me and the other chef.
Uh-huh.
You know, she's a really sweet woman, though. Like, you guys were saying how you had met Amy Schumer, and you know, she was a sweetheart. Like,
I wouldn't go that far. She just said hi.
Oh, okay.
She was cool though. Let's not. You know how some comics at open mics are just like staring at their notes. They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't even want to make eye contact, or they don't want to associate with you because they've seen you bomb, and they're just like, I don't want to touch him. He's not funny. I don't want to associate with him. She was just like cool. She was said hi. We had a little conversation, and my buddy knows her too. My buddy says they still talk too. I mean, hey, that's the way you should be, but not all people are like that. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
So you were a sous chef, or are you still a sous chef?
I was there. Now I'm just a consultant chef, which means I basically work whenever I want. Like me and Jimmy were
That's
talking
the
about
life,
this
man.
yesterday. I'm
That's
white.
the life.
I'm white.
What do you cook?
I'm white privilege, white trash. The last consulting.
White privilege, white trash.
I'm white
Don't
privilege,
tell
white
Trump
trash.
you're white trash. See that YouTube clip? He fired that guy right away.
God damn.
He said, "White trash? Do you consider yourself white trash?" I don't want anybody working for me that considers themselves white trash. You get fired. So you make your own hours. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. It is nice. You know.
So
Like
you can take like a week off or 2 weeks off and just.
Yeah. No. And when I do work here and there, and it's getting more sporadically because again, I'm white privileged, so I have a little bit of money in the bank.
Oh, wait.
So it's getting a little more sporadically.
God damn. What
You
do
know.
you cook?
What are your thoughts on white privilege, Jimmy?
That's why I keep them around.
And white privilege to me, right? I've been arrested between 25 and 30 times. The most time I've ever spent in jail is 4 months because I would always have a paid lawyer. You're telling me that's not white privilege? I used to go to fucking the courthouse on Wabash Avenue in West Baltimore. I'd be the only white guys, and the judge would be like, 10 years, 5 years. Mr. Moore's probation, you just came with a $5,000 lawyer.
Oh, my
That's
God.
not white privilege.
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
It is.
So DOC, huh?
Yeah, that's the way the system is, man. It's so screwed up. If you pay, you can play.
So how's it being a sous chef? What can you cook?
What do you cook?
My favorite food to cook, honestly, is Caribbean food.
Nice.
Like, I'm not as creative as I used to be. The last 2 ceviche dishes I came up with, I did.
What the hell's a ceviche?
Ceviche is raw fish.
It's like sushi?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you add usually lime juice, lemon juice to it because it cures it.
Yeah.
And so the last
I want
two.
to tell you about this restaurant idea. I'm not going to do it on this. But
Okay. Yeah, we can.
Okay, all right. talking about trannies, but you know, we want to keep everything else undercover.
Talk about Michelle's a tranny, but I don't want to, you know, put my idea out there, my grand idea.
Of course not. You can't
I
do
need
that.
to cook.
Can't do
I need
that.
a cook tell me if it's trash or not. But
There's always the thing about the restaurant industry is most restaurants fail within the first 2 years.
yeah, I love failing. I'm no worried about failing.
They usually peak around 10,
Yeah.
and they usually close out at 20, unless it's like Bubba Gump. You know, that's going to be there forever.
Yeah, that's ridiculous that caught on and that they ran with that.
Yeah,
And the
but-
guy who played Bubba Gump, does he get any check from that?
It's a good question. Probably not.
No.
Like we were talking about royalties with
Yeah.
porn actresses.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure it's the same way for him.
They didn't call it Forrest Gump. They called it
Bubblegum.
Bubba Gump.
Bubblegum trip.
Damn.
Wow.
I'd like to see that. Speaking of Forrest Gump, I'd like to see Tom Hanks as a bad guy
He was
Tom?
a bad guy.
in a movie. What movie?
The Maltese Circle. The Circle. Whatever it's called.
What a niche. The Maltese Circle?
Yeah, that came out last year.
Really?
Might
Yep.
have been this year.
He was the villain.
I'm gonna have to check that
Gotta
out.
check that out.
Yep, absolutely.
Comedians make the best villains.
Yes.
I think they come from
Why?
a dark place.
Oh, when you brought it up, I
you
seen
project?
Denzel Washington trending today, and I got so scared. Like you talked about the villain comedian, like you know the first time he played the villain.
Yeah.
You know King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Yeah.
You know when I seen him trending today, I'm like, fuck Denzel, you're doing it too now. But it was just his birthday, so
What did it say when it announced his name? What was the headline?
it was he was trending, and different people were saying different things. Like some people were like saying basically what I'm saying, like fuck, I'm scared. I was scared that Denzel sexually
Yeah.
harassed somebody. You know,
they
or,
said that when I read T.J. Miller, it says what they did, but it says that they recently did a the ex star of
He got fired.
So
he lost his job for that.
the ex star of Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
But then they say T.J. Miller, and you're like, oh fuck, he died. And then they say accused of sexual assault, and you're like sigh of relief, but it's still fucked up because now you're like, oh, I'm glad he's not dead, but yeah, he's
on that list too.
He's an assault.
He didn't
Sexual
assault
assaulter.
anybody. It was, I believe it was.
Sarah Silverman.
He wrote an email to like a transgender person, and it was just very disparaging. And
oh, so he's just an asshole.
fired.
He's a
He is
comic.
an asshole. He is an asshole.
Something like that. I might be butchering that, but I don't
Sylvester
think he- I don't
Stallone
think
got
he should've
got accused of
lost his
something.
job. Yeah, but come on, man, that was like 40 years ago or something. Who fucking remembers anything from 40 years ago?
I meant to talk about this on stage today. I think a lot of women are doing it because as men, as we get older, we don't want to have as much sex as we did when we were in our 20s or our teenage years. Women still want to bang like animals in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
That's a tried and proven fact, and I've had experience with it, you know.
You said men want to fuck less?
Yeah, it's like once you hit 30, our testosterone level goes. Unless you're a sex addict, you know. I do have an uncle who's like 65, still getting hookers and eating Viagra like it's fucking candy.
I'm still.
I'm gonna cut that part out of the podcast.
No, do not edit that.
No, I guess
I
it's
think if you work out and you take care of yourself, you eat good, and you still you eat your
no. Don't get me wrong. When I stop drinking, I get very manic, and then it comes back.
Yeah.
But when I'm drinking, it it keeps me calm. It's like it's my medicine.
Yeah, I can't drink anymore.
But good for you. You need to get me to that point.
and I don't drink, so I'm always
good.
on. I'm like
Yeah.
I need to put a hole in something. I wake up. I'm like a wolf.
How's that bodybuilding chick you've been going out with?
No, I never. I don't even. I'm not even at gym anymore.
Didn't work out?
There was one time, and it was like we messed around, and then
Okay.
you just see. I was talking to another friend of mine. Like her face was too strong. Like
Really?
yeah, her face,
man.
her body, like her silhouette, like
You told me the silhouette
her
was
silhouette, her
amazing.
hair. She had great hair, but her face she had witch face. So it was like,
Oh man.
but then I messed
Yeah, and you
with
don't
this,
drink, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink, and I was like, I can't hide it. You can only put her face in the pillow, but so much.
Maybe
You
we
know?
can edit that part of it.
No, I don't edit it.
Keep it in there.
You know, I mean, I'm eventually gonna get in trouble for something else that I say.
Exactly.
Someone's gonna chop this podcast.
Yeah, they'll be like,
Link it. They're gonna be
face
like,
in the pillow, face in the pillow, put your face in the pillow. Because her face so ugly.
It's like, how many witch faces do you know?
Which?
that are
The name of this podcast is the Witch Face Chronicles.